I'm Catherine Goshen, a professional astrologer, and I'm passionate about in-depth astrology and getting to the heart of the matter. In this video, I want to talk about Sagittarius 2021, and I invite you to listen to your rising sign first, then your sun, and then your moon sign. Also, when I do give dates, take a day or two on either side, as this depends on your time zone. So Sagittarius, 2020 was quite a year for you. And as we move into 2021, there's a definite pressure that is taken off your house of finances. And those pressing concerns that you've had surrounding where are you going, what's going on in your life, and why does everything seem as if it's just too much to handle sometimes. So that's all good news. You do have a lot of action in 2021 in your third and sixth houses of your chart. And these are the areas where we go about our daily business and commutes, communicate with people, very much to do with our neighborhood. Are we comfortable where we live? Do we have some concerns that we need to sort out with the locals? And exactly how are we going to deal with this in 2021? Linked to this energy is a real calling from the planetary energies for you to pay attention to what you're putting in your body, to pay attention to exercising, and to really think about how you wish to age gracefully and healthily as the year goes by. There's going to be a lot of incredibly exciting and rejuvenating energy coming into the area of your chart, which will encourage you to take care of this beautiful body that you have, this gift from the universe, and to set up new daily routines which can serve you for many years to come. And this is how the year begins for you, Sagittarius, as Mars enters that sixth house of yours on January 6th of 2021. Inviting you to go for a well visit, start a new exercise program, cut down on alcohol or prescription drug intake, and basically have a clean out. And I invite you to enter into this with a real commitment, as you will have the energy of Mars to help you throughout January, throughout February, and into early March. On January 17th, you're going to be presented with an opportunity to move forward with something, or something possibly unexpected. Reversely, you could also be released from some kind of commitment at this time. So either way, around the third week in January, be open to new opportunities. Don't let a good opportunity pass you by at this time. And also look out for some gaps in the network where you might be able to be released from commitments which you know that you just cannot handle at this time. You'll have the first of the 3 Mercury retrograde periods for the year taking place in your third house. And we've already mentioned that this house is already energized by the presence of Saturn and Jupiter here. So what does this mean for you? It's simply an invitation to clean it out. Clean out your home office, clean out your work office. If the coronavirus has caused you to not work at the office, this is now your time to go in, clean it out, and get things done there. It's no use waiting for someone to do it for you. If you're holding on to old papers, old drawings, old plans, get rid of them now or file them in an ordered state. Also a great time to read that pile of books next to your bed. Got a bit of downtime in February? Don't try to push forward with brand new endeavors at this time. It's a clear out time. It's a finish off old projects time. On February 17th will be the first of an important contact, which will be inviting you once again to look at wellness. So take note of what happens around that time, because it's going to come up again for you in June and in December. And you want to set the tone for the year with a really revitalized living body. In March and April, it looks like the focus is on your partnerships. So if you are married or in a long-term relationship, energy will come into this house to work on your relationship and to sort out some things that have been hanging over your head. If you are in a public domain to do with work, this is also a great time for standing up there and getting your message out. After this, the next 2 months, you'll see a focus on joint finances. If you have an ex-spouse, this is a good time to finalize any agreements or alimony that might be outstanding or things that you have neglected because you couldn't get to the lawyers for a while. It's also a great time if you are in a permanent relationship to sit down and do taxes and to see who is contributing to the relationship and is it well balanced. You know that your ruler is Jupiter, the great god Zeus, who is an enormous planet. And when we think of Jupiter, we always think about expansion. So for those of you with Sagittarius Sun and Sagittarius Rising, there is a strong Jupiterian energy to your life, which can sometimes lead to overspending or overindulging. And what we want to do this year in 2021 is get our life into a better balance, because this is going to prepare us for the very exciting year 2022, when your ruling planet Jupiter will be in the other sign it rules, and this will automatically confer blessings to you. Then you'll have a pair of eclipses coming up. We know that eclipses always work in pairs, and they will happen in opposite signs of the zodiac, because one, a lunar eclipse, always happens at the full moon, and the solar eclipse always happens at the new moon. On May 26th, you have a full moon total lunar eclipse in your sign. This will take place in your solar first house. Then on June 10th, you'll have the new moon solar eclipse, which will take place in your 7th house. There's a very important emphasis now on working on yourself. How do you see yourself, and is it the same as other people see you? Are you putting the right amount of energy into improving yourself? Because eclipses will emphasize this polarity in your life. And these eclipses will simply be highlighting things that are already going on in your life. For example, at the same time, a few days after that first full moon, you're going to have the second Mercury retrograde period of the year happen in your 7th house of relationships. So you begin to see there's a theme going on. You have something to work through in terms of relationships. Do you want a relationship? Don't you? Are you ending a relationship? How is that going for you? Are you having to learn to stand on your own 2 feet, in your own strength and in your own power? Because this is very, very much what is being shown by all the measurements that are taking place. From mid-June until the end of July, there's a wonderful opportunity for study, for expanding your horizons, and for possibly going on an overseas trip or else a long-term trip. In other words, out of state and not just round the corner or half an hour away. It would be a great time to get away. If you're listening to this near the beginning of 2021, I really suggest that you try to plan some kind of trip. Even though it's a risk with the coronavirus because you're not sure what will happen, mark it in your calendar, and if the coast is clear, pencil out that time or part of that time as an opportunity to expand your consciousness and to embrace a new experience, because you really need this, Sagittarius. You were not designed for the stay at home. You really get frustrated by being in the same place and cooped up at home for too long. So spread your wings in June and July and do something wonderful. Then for August and halfway through September, your house of career is highlighted. And it's a great time to buckle down then and get planting, get writing, get doing whatever you do. You're often involved in many projects, and your positive energy is so appreciated by those whom you work with. So use this time wisely. And from September on into October, you will start to see the rewards of that work that you put in August. If there's any chance for promotion, this could come up in the second part of September or October. Or if you have been waiting to get together with a group or an organization that you were unable to connect with for 2020, now is your time. Plan a gathering if it's safe, get together and celebrate. It's a fantastic time to be with friends and to just experience gratitude for everything that you have. From around September 27th, during this cycle, you'll also have Mercury retrograde period here in the same area. So it will give you a lot of time to kick back with old friends and to work things out with your group or your neighborhood organization, and to just have some downtime. Then on October 7th, Venus will enter your sign, and she sometimes brings sweet treats and tiny, delicious offerings of pleasure. So enjoy that. If you are on a diet, that's a good time to break it. And then you'll also have the opportunity to do some very profound inner work during the month of November. I see you behind closed doors and figuring out some deep realizations about what's been really going on. It's a time that we all go through in the month before our birthdays. And then when the sun does move into Sagittarius on November 21st, you're going to feel this emerging as if you suddenly are filled with the vitality of the sun and you're ready to face the world again. On December 4th, during your birthday month, you'll have your special new moon, which is the time to set your intentions for the year and look back and reflect on how well you've done in 2021 and where you'd like to be at your next birthday in 2022. One thing to take note of is that December 4th new moon is another special new moon. In other words, it's a solar eclipse. And this will take place in your sign, and it will highlight themes for you that came up around those May-June eclipses that we spoke of. So be prepared for that. A wonderful time for a quiet day or two, not to rush about, a good time for meditation or deep thought, and for true reflection. You can note at the bottom of the chart I've written there's self-care as a highlighted area for 2021. And this is very individualistic. I have no blanket recommendation for everybody, but what I do suggest is that self-care can involve all levels, from physical beautifying, for example, having a facial, getting a haircut, going for a shave, to much deeper work where you are, for example, doing yoga on a daily basis or taking up a new sport where you honor your need for social activity at the same time as exercise. I'm not sure what will be happening with the coronavirus, but there are ways to get around this. And for you, Sagittarius, you are a fire sign and nothing gets you down for long. So the important thing is to understand that everything begins with your intention. And if you have an intention for self-care this year, for eating fresh fruit and vegetables, on whatever scale you can manage small things that are good for you, possibly just eating less sugar is a major breakthrough. But make this your goal for 2021 because it's going to be really rewarding if you do. From the third week in December, you'll have a lot of good energy coming into your first house. And I don't see you lying around for the holidays. I see you getting up and going here, there, and everywhere and making plans and being very, very active all the way into 2022, because this energy continues until the end of January. So make the most of that, and at the same time you will be gifted with an opportunity to look at your own finances at this time and to work through some things which were neglected early on in the year. And that's all I have for you today, Sagittarius. It looks like a beautifully focused year on self, and I wish you a healthy, prosperous, happy, and inspiring 2021. If you found this video at all helpful, please like and subscribe. Also, I'm giving a live class on December 19 on how to see what's going on in your own chart. So please sign up for that on my website. If you don't make it, that's in 2020, I will have the class for sale on my website too, and I'll post the link below. Wishing you well. Until next time.